What's up, Lunatics? Lune here with Lunatic Reactions. We're continuing the Pepsi Center concert from the morning, and up next we have 21st Century Blood, and this one isn't going to be another double reaction because we do have an official music video, and I noticed that it said that this video came out 9 years ago, so this song is when they were quite young. I think the last one that I just did, which got me when I'm alone, you guys told me that that was written when Danny was 15, and I think that was from the same album, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, they're very young here. I'm excited to see what this one has to offer. You know, we'll see how the studio version and the music video matches up to the live version. And without any further ado, let's just get into it. Got a whole movie going on here.
The
I've been warned. Alright, that was the official music video for 21st Century Blood, and I kind of got drawn into that whole story going on there that I lost track of the song a little bit, which is why I'm glad we were doing, the double reaction with the live performance because, it was telling a story there and it was very captivating. And obviously it had, a very deep message to it in terms of our relationship with technology, with the internet, with the media, social media, and all that stuff. And, they were all wearing blindfolds, but they were still able to use their phones. I think that's kind of symbolic about how when we're just kind of glued to our phones and tune out the outside world. And, I think that was also kind of reflected in the lyrics. I'm going to take a closer look at the lyrics in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I was just kind of drawn in a bit by the video. The song kind of took a little bit of a backseat, which normally doesn't happen, but it happened this time, which is why we have the live version. So without any further ado, let's get to that. Alright, so that was the live performance of 21st Century Blood from the Warning at the Pepsi Center. And yeah, that's another case where live is definitely the way to go. It had a lot of energy to it that fit a live performance. and certain elements in the music definitely stood out better in the live performance. I know it's gonna sound repetitive, but the bass, but also Pow's drumming stood out a lot. It seemed like she added a little something extra for the live, which is probably the case. And what you might have seen me kind of point to my headphones was that when the harmonies kicked in, Danny's voice was in one ear, and Ale's voice, and I guess Pow, I don't know if they put both of them together. I know Ale was in this ear, because I saw that both of them were providing harmonies. But it was really cool because it was like one in one ear, one in the other ear. So whoever did that sound mixing that way, kudos to them. I know you guys told me the names. I'm sorry, they escaped me at the moment. Yeah, that was enjoyable. And then Danny on guitar. I really like that opening guitar riff from Danny. I know I don't give guitar enough love. And then the guitar solo was, I'm not big on solos, but it was good. But what I liked about the guitar solo was how it interacted with the bass. Like Ale with the bass was just kind of like adding some accentuating notes to the solo, and it was really nice. I enjoyed that one, definitely. And I'm going to take a look at the lyrics. Like I already said before, the video kind of gave us an idea of what the song is about, and you can kind of get it from the lyrics just from listening to it. But I am going to take a look, and I'll be right back with my thoughts. Alright, so I've read through the lyrics, and pretty much what I was saying, it matches the message of the video. This kind of idea about being stuck in technology and the pressures of the social media world and the pressures of fitting into this fake reality, also our disconnect from actual reality. And then another thing that stood out to me was, the fact that, this was written when they were much younger, but they're still very young, and they're of, Gen Z. I'm a millennial. And yeah, the one kind of divide between millennials and Gen Z is that for millennials, when we were growing up as kids, we still had a little bit of hope. Like they still had that. I don't want to get all down, but it still seemed like, the world was in a good path, I guess, when we were younger. Whereas Gen Z has kind of been born into this chaotic post 9/11 world. I think that's really shaped them a lot. You can see it in the song. Like, it starts off saying, where the new generation lost our salvation, another problem to be solved. So this is, very mature thoughts for, someone of their age. I'm assuming, I don't know if Pat was writing lyrics at this time or if this was Danny writing for this one. Very, profound for their age. I think it's a good message. They're wondering, like, what kind of future does their generation have? And that whole idea, are we going to regret our addiction to the rush? Like, are we going to regret this addiction to that rush that we get from the social media, which could also tie into, like, their social media fame, which might have been a big influence on this song, I would imagine. A lot to take from this deep lyrics. As for my overall rating, I really enjoyed it, but I do have to say that it didn't hit for me as much as some of the others have, and that could just be a for now case. I know I said that the last time I said that, it was for Error, where when I listened to it the first time, it didn't hit me quite right away, but since then I've had it like in my head a lot, and it's like, yeah, that is a banger of a song, and maybe that'll happen here, but I didn't feel this as much as I felt some others. The lyrics I like, and the music video was really cool, but the song itself didn't hit as much as some others. So still a great song. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But still a great song, and I'm sure it'll grow on me. We're almost there at the end of this concert. We got a few more left, and I'm excited. Thank you again to all the wonderful fans from the Warning Army. You guys have been a big part of why the channel is now up over 800 subscribers and growing, and I can't wait to keep continuing this journey with you. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more of my reactions to the Warning, check out the playlist. If you want to see more of me, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, I'm Lune. This is Lunatic Reactions. Take care.